Okay. I think it may be working now. Oh my goodness. I had to plug in my mic. I'm so sorry about that, guys. Anyways, good morning. Happy Monday. How's everybody doing? Did you have a good weekend? Hold on. Let me find my live chat. So I had my wireless mouse plugged in. So I couldn't plug my mic in. But the last time I streamed, I didn't use my microphone. So I don't know why it wasn't working the audio. But after I plugged the mic in, it worked. Knitting Artisan, Mike, Hibiscus, Melanie. Good morning. How are y'all doing? Great news, guys. Well, it's a beautiful day. That's great news. But my hens finally laid eggs. Yes, I got 5 eggs out of the coop yesterday. So I'm glad they hadn't laid all winter. So that means spring is a coming because they're back to laying eggs. Anywho, let me find my chat here. Oh my gosh. So I'm sitting out on the porch. I got Skylar out here, and I thought we would read some true crime this morning. Melanie Cece, did you see that family on TikTok? The parents wrapped their child in cellophane, saran wrap. CPS took their child away. No, I didn't see that. I don't follow like a lot of, I mostly just follow like animals and stuff. Some people who do like makeup and drag makeup. Hey, Broken Justice, good morning. I didn't see that. I'll have to check it out. I don't have my phone out here with me. It's actually on charge. I will. I'll check that out. That could be dangerous. They could have like suffocated them or something. Some people do anything for a view or a click. I'm telling you. Speaking of young kids, there is a 14-year-old missing from Crofton, Kentucky. Um, She was last seen at her house in her pajamas. I'm going to share this and we'll read it. I just seen it this morning. My chickens are making noises. They're singing, so they must be up there laying eggs. Watch, my neighbors will be down there trying to get eggs after I've done all the work all freaking winter. They'll be wanting all the eggs. Wait and see. After they've been hibernating all winter, staying drunk. Okay, so here's the young lady. Her name is, let me see, Kaylee Greenwell. Says loved ones of a missing 14-year-old are begging for help to locate the teen who hasn't been seen for several days. Let's look at her picture again. She's beautiful. She got pretty lips. Kylie Greenwell, 14, was last spotted around 1 a.m. on Wednesday at her home on Pooling Mill Road in Crofton, a small town about 90 miles northwest of Nashville. I wish them chickens would shut up. On Sunday, a woman named Lee Ashley Greenwell, who shares Kylie's last name, posted a message on Facebook asking for any tips that could lead to the teen's location. The precise nature of the relationship between Kylie and Lee, maybe it's Leah, could not be immediately confirmed. I want to say to anyone who might have information about where Kylie is, if you're worried about anyone knowing who told us, we will keep your information anonymous. The post from Leah Ashley Greenwell reads. Maybe it's just Lee. I'm not sure. At this point, we do not care how we find her. We just need her home safe. We will be nothing but forever grateful to you for any information. Crap. We get that leads to her safe return. I just need my baby home safe. Hashtag find Kaylee. Hashtag bring Kylie home. Kylie. Let's watch this. 14 years
The
old.
search continues for a missing teen tonight. Kentucky State Police say 14-year-old Kylie
I
Greenwell
might
was
need to
last seen
mute.
in Crofton, Kentucky on Wednesday. She was clad in pajama pants, a gray t-shirt, and brown boots. Anyone with information about where she is should contact police. The search continues for a missing teen tonight. Kentucky State Police say 14-year-old Kylie Greenwell was last seen in Crofton, Kentucky on Wednesday. She was
I forgot to unmute, guys. I was sitting there talking and I was muted. I was saying that I hope that they find this young lady safe and sound. She could have snuck out of her bedroom. Maybe someone was catfishing her, talking to her online, catfishing her, a predator. I hope not. I hope she's just hiding out like at a friend's house or something. Hey, Callie. Good morning. How are you? Let me get to the YouTube chat. Hey, RNA. Good to see you. Hey, every time I look at my little ornaments, I think about you. I keep them out all the time, hanging on my little white light up tree. Anyways, prayers for this young lady. We'll follow this and hopefully they find her safe and sound. Let's see what else is going on. Let me move this mouse because I keep trying to use it and it's not plugged in. Oh, looky there. There's Alexy boy crying. Alex Murdaugh's testimony in double murder trial didn't persuade jurors. Let's read this. I'll screen share so y'all can see his little ugly face crying. Ew, gross. He's got snot hanging out of his nose. I want you to look at this. Ugh. Look gross. He's going to the big house now. Of course, they're going to appeal. You know, they will try to appeal. But I don't think it's going to do any good. I do worry about where they had to dismiss that one juror, though, and use the alternate. I hope that, you know, I hate when jurors are dishonest and stuff because, it could let a killer walk free by them doing that. I want you to look at this gross picture. Ugh. Is he crying for himself or is he crying for Maggie and Paul? I think he's crying for himself. Crying for himself. Jurors in Alex Murdaugh's recently completed double murder trial were surprised that he took the stand in his own defense, but not swayed a bit by his tearful testimony. Hell, they come to a verdict in within about 45 minutes. They already knew before they went back there he was guilty. Jurors Gwen Jennerett or something, Amy Williams, James McDowell, who previously spoke with Law and Crime, traveled to New York on Monday to speak with NBC's Today Show. Wonder how much they got paid for that. Oh, we can watch it right here.
Right now, former high-powered attorney Alec Murdaugh is waking up in South Carolina his 2 life sentences. Last week, a jury convicted him for killing his wife and son. This morning, we're getting a first-hand account of what went on during those deliberations and the trial. We're joined now by James McDowell, Gwen Jennerett, and Amy Williams, 3 of the jurors from that trial. A big thanks to all of you for coming in this morning. Thank you so much for your time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So let's start with the deliberations. Take us in that deliberating room, because as you know, a lot of folks have said, I mean, it only took them 2.5 hours. They didn't even ask for dinner. So when you get in, what do you do first?
Well, we did the prayer.
What'd you pray for?
I prayed for clarity and wisdom, and that the truth would be revealed.
And after the prayer, you go to the room and sort of is?
Yes.
Well, that was nice. They prayed. Hey, Carolina girl.
2 and 1, 9 guilty, 2 not guilty, and 1 not sure. But we did an anonymous vote because it was very important to us that nobody felt like they couldn't express what they really felt. We didn't want anybody to feel like they had to say something. So we did it anonymously, and it was 9, 2, and 1.
So the 2 and the 1, how did they come around? How were they convinced?
The questions were answered. We went through evidence.
This is
Everyone had
interesting.
questions, but we were able to explain everything.
Let's talk about the evidence in the case. And I'll start with you, James. We'll go down the line here. What was the single most significant piece of evidence that convinced you beyond the shadow of doubt that he did it?
I didn't get to watch
I think it was a
film,
common fact. So
unfortunately.
the kennel video, it's something that he had lied about. It's something that was interesting because how did he know what time to lie about not being there? It came from Paul. Paul has no reason. I just think that it's important that we were able to get that piece of evidence from someone who was a victim.
I always found it interesting that if you really step back and think about it, that Paul from the grave
Yeah.
helped convict his father.
Yes.
Because had it not been for that kennel video, what do you think?
I think it probably would have been a hung jury if it had not been for that video. But it's like he spoke from the grave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We won't listen to the whole thing because I don't want to get in. I don't want to get in trouble. I done got in trouble for that one video I put up 4 years ago. They just now got onto that one. But anyways, that video of the kennel, that's what swayed them to a guilty verdict. So what? I don't see. I didn't watch all of the trial. That video, was the video taken just like moments before the murder? Old farmhouses are beautiful to me. Oh yes, I heard that. He seems like such a great person. Yeah, I wasn't too sure about Paul because of the way, I hate to talk about people badly when they passed away, but he seemed like he was could be a little bit of a asshole when he was drinking. That's what his friends said. They said he had a split personality. But anyways, who knows? I guess everybody can be a little bit of an asshole when they're drinking. He did get drunk and drove that boat recklessly and, had that accident and it killed that young lady. And really, Alex wanted to blame that on one of Paul's friends that was involved in that accident. Anyways. Oh, here's something about Dylan Rounds. I don't know a lot about this case, but let's take a look at it. Dylan Rounds, 59-year-old, charged with murdering Utah teen, desecrating human body. Let me get these ads down and I'll screen share it. Okay. I wanted to make sure I was in. They don't take responsibility for crap. That family, but I said a long time ago, their days of getting by with stuff because they're rich and powerful, those Murdochs, is over with. Cat's out of the bag now. Everybody in that town knew they was crooked in that county. Now everybody in the world knows it. I'm wondering if Alex's brothers are shady. Do they do illegal things? Or are they good people? They're probably good people, and he was just a piece of crap. Did he? He never admitted to any guilt, did he? But I think he admitted to what? That was his voice on that dog kennel video. Seems like I heard that in a video. Okay, so here's Dylan Rounds. Justice may be getting closer for the family of a Utah teen after authorities this week filed murder charges in the case. On Friday, the Box Elder County's Attorney's Office charged 59-year-old James Brenner with aggravated murder, abuse, or desecration of a human body in connection with the disappearance of 19-year-old Dylan Rounds. Rounds had been reported missing on May 30th, 2022, while he was farming in a remote area near the Utah-Nevada border. Although his body has not been recovered, investigators did find boots believed to belong to him, and that matched his DNA. Police also obtained footage from a phone that appeared to show Rounds was on the property in Lucin, Utah, where Brenner was believed to be squatting in a trailer. Rounds' last cell phone ping was traced to a pond not far away from the trailer. A digital forensic download of the phone was conducted and led to the discovery of a time-lapse video with the timestamp taken at the time of the victim's disappearance. The video appears to show blood on Brenner's arm and shirt while he was cleaning a gun. Police seized the shirt and found Rounds' DNA on it. Authorities believe that Brenner is the only person responsible for Dylan Round's death. Oh, that's his mother. These charges come after a difficult and extensive 9-month investigation by the Box Elder County Sheriff's Office and are supported by the information that has been gathered and evidence collected. The evidence supports that James Brenner is the only suspect. A press release from the Box Elder County Attorney's Office reads. That's a mouthful to say. Although the remains of Dylan Rounds have yet to be located, we are hopeful that they will be found in the future. Prayers for his family. Can't imagine somebody doing that to my child. Brenner was arrested June 2022, charged with a federal weapons offense because he was not permitted to have firearms as a convicted felon. He has been convicted multiple times of illegally possessing firearms as a felon, in addition to previous charges of malicious wounding and malicious shooting. Following the charging announcements, Round's mother, Candace Cooley, issued a public statement. Justin, Dylan's father, and I would like to thank everyone for the support you have shown us as we focus on finding answers in the disappearance of Dylan, Cooley said, according to Fox 13. The charges are based on solid evidence that has been released by Box Elder. We ask you to continue your thoughts and prayers for justice for Dylan and that we can bring him home. Well, I mean, if his phone last pinged at that pond, I'm sure they've searched that pond, right? They should have drained it or searched it or have done something. Guys, I can't imagine my son just disappearing like that and some weirdo having his blood on his shirt. What a creep. He should have never been walking the streets to begin with. Okay, he's a convicted felon. The second time he was caught with a gun, they should have just put him away. He should have been in prison. I thought if they caught you with a gun or something, you're looking at about 10 to 15 years in prison and 10 years on each bullet they find. I went to school with the guy who got pulled over. It was right when we got out of high school. He had done been in trouble. He was a felon. And he didn't have a gun, but he had like a bullet or something in his vehicle, and they gave him 10 years for it. He went to prison for 10 years. Exactly, RNA. A lot of these people that commit these murders and stuff should not have even been on the streets. It's like that guy that killed that little girl down in Florida. Cherish Perry, was her name Cherish Periwinkle? I believe that was her name. He should have never been out. That little girl should be alive and well today because he never should have been out. They should arrest him for being a felon with a gun. Yeah. There's no rehabilitating weirdos like that. Dylan probably found him squatting in that trailer or on that land doing something, and that guy just killed him some way with a gun, I guess. RNA. Oh my gosh, that case haunts me. See, I had heard his name, but I never really, followed the case. I didn't know what had happened to him. Bless his heart. Such a cute little feller. Okay, let's see what else is going on. Oh no, y'all. Infant found dead in Wisconsin field. I'm wondering if it's like a newborn. What's happened here? Wisconsin police are seeking information after a dead baby was found in a field in Whitewater, a city about 50 miles west of Milwaukee. Whitewater police and emergency medical personnel were called to the scene shortly after 11 a.m. on Saturday. Investigators have not said how old the infant was or commented on the cause of death. Probably died of exposure. They ask that anyone with information contact them at 262-473-0555 or option 4. Oh, you got to push option 4. Or email the Detective Bureau directly at jbrock@whitewater/wisconsin.gov. reminder about the state's safe haven for newborns law that allows parents to relinquish custody of newborns anonymously and confidentially. Babies 72 hours old and young may be surrendered to law enforcement officer, emergency medical services technician, or hospital staffer with no legal repercussions. You can take your baby to police officer, the fire department, hospital. You just don't leave it out in the wild or in the put it in the trash. People are so to do that, you've got to be evil. How in the world could you just take a baby, no matter how scared you were, and just leave it laying somewhere and walk off and just never think about what will happen? I just don't understand people like that. A lot of people say, "Oh, person was young, gets scared." It's no excuse. My mom was pregnant at 16 years old. She was scared to death to tell my papa, "Hey, little red bird," to tell him because he was diehard Christian. Didn't believe in sex. 4 years married and all that, and he was upset about it, but he understood. And she said that was like one of the scariest things in the world was telling Papa Richard she was pregnant at 16 years old. Hey, preschool granny, how are you doing? Right, RNA. There's just no excuse for people to do these things. A lot of people, young people, hide their pregnancy. Look at that one girl. What was her name? The girl who went to prom, didn't come home and had a baby. She'd been hiding her pregnancy, then went and buried it out in the backyard. I believe her mom knew about that. I really do. What didn't she have it like in her bedroom, or I can't even remember her name. Oh, there's been so many evil people, I forget all their names. Bad, isn't it? Let's see what else is going on. Georgia authorities searching for an infant man with diagnosed mental illness. Oh, she is so cute. Well, look at this, and I'm not going to be on too much longer. I just wanted to come on for a little bit and read some true crime. Skylar Richardson. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know how I didn't remember that because my dog's name's Skylar. And she named Skylar Richardson named the baby that she had and buried in her backyard. If I'm not mistaken, she might even burn it. Annabelle. And my damn goat's name's Annabelle. I was big at the house when I was pregnant. I can't imagine how. Me too, Callie. I looked like I was going to have twins. I swear, when I was 6 months pregnant, I looked like I was at birth. I was huge. Huge. And my boobs got so big. I could set my plate up on them when I was eating. I kid you not. I kid you not. I don't know how people hide they're pregnant. My mom, she was younger. My mom's real tall, and she was real skinny, and she couldn't hide her pregnancy. She hid it till she was about 6 months pregnant. Then she had to tell Papa. Her and my granny hid it from him because they didn't know how he would react because he was so strict and strict Baptist. Here where I live in Canada, you can take your baby to the fire station, no questions asked. I watched a video on TikTok that actually shows one of those baby boxes they got outside the fire station. Um, and you just take the baby and put it in it and close that lid and it locks, right? And an alarm goes off. And somebody comes and immediately takes the baby out. Do you have them there, Tima? I don't think we have them here. When I was little, I used to love to read our Coalfield. It's called the Coalfield Progress. It's our local paper. I used to love to read it, and I read this story. This girl out here, when it was the old college, it was called Quinch Valley College. She had a baby, and put it in a shoebox and threw it in the trash. The baby was not alive, but she threw it in the trash. And it was a big scandal. Her family had money. She just got like a slap on the wrist. As I know of, we don't have any of those boxes around here. I need to look it up and see. There may be some like down in Bristol or somewhere like that, Abington, a place that's a little bit bigger than my area. That's a good question. I'd love to know how many babies have been surrendered like that. I can't say that word. Like used to back in the old days, people, they wanted to give their baby away, they'd take it and put it on people's doorsteps of a nice house or something. Just walk away. I saw some kind of documentary the other day. I meant to watch it, but it was this lady back in the old days, 1800s, I guess. She was a baby farmer, and she killed hundreds of babies. But she would sell babies too. That is sad, Melanie. It's real sad. Um, okay, now let's look at this. Let's share this little girl's picture. Oh my gosh, she is so adorable. We'll read this one, then we'll chit chat. I'm trying to get my channel back on track. I'll be live in the morning too. Nothing happened. A Maddie's call has been issued in Georgia for another baby girl and a 38-year-old man diagnosed with mental illness. Let's look at her. Look how adorable. Gosh, I hope he doesn't hurt her. A Maddie's Call is Georgia's alert system for missing elderly or disabled people. Family members said Chasten Brinkley borrowed a truck and left with baby Iva Murray late Friday night in the Ellenwood area, but never returned. The family called police shortly after 11 a.m. on Saturday. Brinkley's phone is going straight to voicemail. Brinkley is described as 6 feet tall, about 200 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. Last seen wearing black jeans, green and black checkered sweater vest, black slippers. Baby Ivy has black hair, brown eyes, and was last seen wearing jeans and a gray jacket. They were in a gray 2010 GMC Sierra truck with a Georgia plate number TCM0250. Anyone with information should call 911 or the Clayton County Police Department at 770-477-3550. Gosh, I pray that they find this baby safe and sound quick because he's got mental illness. I don't know what kind of mental illness, but he could get it in his head the baby's evil or anything and harm her. I hope and pray that he doesn't, though. It looks like it may be the father, her father. Well, what was he, if he's got such bad mental illness, what was he doing with this baby in the first place? And didn't they say he borrowed a truck? Yeah, these poor children don't ask to be brought into this world and treated that way. Speaking of like child abuse, I seen this new movie. It's coming on Lifetime. It's got one of the girls from Basketball Wives, Tracy. I can't remember her last name, but she's gonna be in it. But it's based on a true story where this woman kept this girl in a closet. It's called The Girl in the Closet. The world is getting crazier by the day, CC. I know. Timothy told me that there was this young man that threatened to shoot at the school one time. They didn't even take it seriously. The kids reported him for it, but nothing happened. I don't know all the details. Maybe they didn't have no proof. I don't know, but Timothy told me that they did not take it seriously. I worry about him going to the high school because we have a big high school. It combines like 2 or 3 different towns, about 3, I believe, different towns together. See, we used to have a different high school in every town, but now they've done that combined school and it's big. I wanted Timothy to go to the same small high school I went to. They tore our high school down. A good building. Been there forever. But anyways, I worry about him going to high school because you just don't know, especially a big school like that. But one thing about his school is bullying is frowned upon. So that is a good thing. I'm sure there's still bullies there, though. Those big schools breed rage. I know it. I know it. Our prom king was his family's rich. They own like all the car lots around here. Like school is just it's not fair. It's really not. Like you know what? If his family wasn't rich, he probably wouldn't have been the prom king. He's not the most attractive looking young feller, but I'm just saying. School is just so unfair. If Timothy would do homeschooling correctly and not be lazy, I would let him finish out at home. I really would, but he's like one of them people. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. He wants to do it at the last minute. Um, but if his IBS gets any worse, he will have to finish out high school from home. I want you to listen at those birds. They're over there laying eggs. That's the way hens do when they lay eggs. They get a big fit like that. They call it singing. Anyways, guys, I think I'm going to get off here. I've got some housework I need to do. I've been going all morning, but I've still not got my housework done. I did get up and do my makeup, so I don't have to do anything later, like fix my hair a little bit when I get done working. Broken Justice, your grandkids are homeschooled? Oh, that's cool. I wouldn't mind it if Timothy would do it correctly. During COVID and stuff, he didn't do too good at homeschooling. He didn't. He wouldn't do his work and hide work because he was staying at my mom's a lot then, and their internet access is not good. So my mom would have to go pick up paperwork for him to do, and he would hide some of it and not do it. He got caught doing that, so he can't homeschool till he gets more responsible. But anyways, y'all have a great day. I will see y'all in the morning. Be safe. Be kind. Peace.